Destroyer Division 46 is closing rapidly on the central enemy ships while being fired upon by the northern group. Spence receives a hit at the waterline, permitting salt water to enter a fuel tank. At this point, CIC on Spence reported the center group on which they had been closing to be friendly. With no time to investigate, the division commander immediately swings his ship and heads for the northern group, which is firing on him. Division 46 has had 4 distressing mishaps in quick succession before firing a shot. A ship wandered from formation. A ship torpedoed and out of action. A collision. And a shell hit. This, coupled with the confusion occasioned by radical changes of course at high speed, had very likely disoriented CIC. Because of poor identification, a golden opportunity was lost. On the Montpelier, pips indicating Division 46 merged with those of the center enemy group. From this time on, there was doubt as to the identity of ships near this bearing. Too much emphasis cannot be paid to the efficient operation of the IFF system and dispersed groups informing OTC of their location. During the next 10 minutes, the enemy illumination steadily improved, as did his shooting. The 3 leading cruisers were straddled in range, salvo after salvo. Most of these salvos were a matter of feet to the right, so close that the ships were running through the splashes and probably creating the impression in the alleged minds of the nips that they were on in deflection. These salvos averaged in pattern from 1 to 200 yards. One salvo landed less than 100 yards ahead of the Montpelier, but most of those fired at her were overs. Between 0320 and 25, Denver receives 3 8-inch hits. She was straddled in range and deflection by 5 successive salvos and was forced to turn out of formation, although she continued to fire at increased range. Turn 2 was executed to throw off the enemy's fire control, though all ships were zigzagging independently for the same purpose. As for our gunfire, it was superb. Our ships were hitting continuously, a fact most evident on an extremely dark night.